Hey guys, what's up? Coach for the Soul, Thursdays at 3's begun. Hello, hello, hello. If you're here live, if you're here on, or if you're looking at on the YouTube or on the Bill Hobart Facebook page, or on Bill Clairvoyant Facebook page, which is on now. Like the page, subscribe, like the videos, that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, don't know what we're going to talk about today. Well, I kind of do, but we'll see what happens, see what goes on. It's a warm day in Detroit today. It's 80 degrees, a little humid, but it's okay. So, hey Kathy, what's going on? Yeah, so it's a nice day. Feels like fall. Feels like fall. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, hi Allison. Yep. Got a fan in the window and it's beautiful. So it's good. Yeah. Yep. Daisy's on the floor. She doesn't feel well today. Hasn't eaten her breakfast yet. So, hey Savannah. How are you doing? Yeah. So, big happenings tonight. It is the Lunar Eclipse tonight. In Detroit, it's about, hey Sherry, 96% here, I think, where we can see it. And I gotta check and see with Google what time it would be. Hey Lisa, what's going on? Yeah, Allison, we're gonna be in the 90s next week too. I just watched that for our weather, starting this weekend. So, gonna get, no, next week. Give me like the middle to upper 80s and then we get into 90 for a couple days. So, yeah, it'll be the last hurrah of the Labor Day, on the Labor Day weekend. Yeah, so, yeah, we won't be taking long walks, I'll tell you that much. Because I can't handle it, neither can Daisy. Yeah. Oh gosh, yes. Sherry's like, still lots of eclipse, full moon emotions, sadness, grief, like being inside a Hallmark commercial, for sure. Yeah. And what's cool about that, Sherry, is the fact that that's all healing. And the blessing is with the eclipse and the full moon is it happens faster. So, and this full moon, this eclipse especially, it lasts for 6 months. So it's going to be a very interesting time. Very interesting time in the next 6 months. So that would take us, I think, to February, right? February, yeah. So we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. But yeah. So got the lunar eclipse, and we've got. Thanks, Lisa. Lisa says 30th eclipse will begin at 9:23 p.m. Eastern time, when the moon first enters the outer part of Earth's shadow. And see more, of course. Great. The real action gets underway about 10:33, when Earth's shadow starts to envelop the lunar surface, appearing to take a bite out of the lunar disk. The eclipse will peak at 12:12. Of course it does 12:12, right? Angel number. When you get more than 96% of the lunar surface will be shrouded, the event will end at 3:01. Wow. So that's like a 6-hour situation. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Lisa. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. So, Allison, yesterday was a bumfuzzle. Must be a Louisiana thing. Yeah. So, yeah, right? So, I was going to say one more thing about this, is that, because it's going to happen for the next year, is Jupiter in Leo and Mars in Aries. Okay, Mars is the warrior planet, right? So the last time it was in Aries, I believe, we had the Revolutionary War and the French Revolution. Okay, so not to change. And then Uranus is someplace, I can't remember where it's at, and that's really that's connected to Uranus. When we had the French Revolution and the American Revolution too. So, but the the connection between Mars being in Aries, because again Mars is war, and Jupiter blows everything up to be exasperated. Yeah, and that's going to happen for the next 6 months, I think, or maybe a year. So we'll be watching that because with the lunar eclipse and things like that tonight, and those two planets kind of bumping up against each other. I think they're 4 degrees away from each other in the sky. That's a lot of energy that could blow up in our face. Just letting you know, okay? So, what's this button doing? Anyway, okay. So, I wanted to talk about that. So let's see who else is on here. Hey, Lene, what's up? Hey, Shelly. Oh, it's an Ellison made-up word. Okay. Hey, Trace Parker, what's up, girl? Yeah. Okay. So, I'm definitely going to talk about the lunar eclipse more, and then we're going to talk about. It just went out of my mind, but I'll get it back. Okay. So, like I was telling Sherry as we started, you can have lots and lots of emotions. Okay, you can have lots of stuff that wants to clear. Okay, and allow that to happen because it's going to anyway. Just recognize what it is, Spirit says. Okay, recognize what it is. It is, again, understanding, and Spirit wants me to keep telling you guys this. You're clearing past life energy in this lifetime, especially now. Okay, so if you think over 12,000 years or more, all the emotions that you hadn't settled are coming up right now with this massive lunar eclipse tonight. Okay. Hi, Dorothy. How's it going? So, as those emotions come up, feel them. Allow them to resonate. Okay? If you are so cued, let's say, Spirit, what is that? What is this emotion? Again, guys, it works. What is this? 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 Okay? You don't have to say, bring me a sign or anything like that. You're just putting that out there. I'm feeling this emotion. Hey, Tiana. Hey, Julie. And just to put it out there that you're actually feeling it. Okay? That is so important because as you feel that emotion, as you feel that energy, as you feel that resentment, as you feel whatever it is, okay, if you are letting them know that you're feeling it, it is very, very easy for them to remove it if you don't do this. If you don't placate it. If you don't placate it. If you don't want to keep it, right? Hang on. Don't make fun of it. I don't know what this is. Again, make a big production about it. It will actually give it to them. Let them do whatever they can do. Okay, but you need to feel them because it is absolutely important that you at this time begin to allow it to leave your body, allow it to leave your essence, allow it to leave your aura, allow it to go, okay? Now, we can have layers of emotions, right? We truly can. And I started early in 2000, right? So, doing all that work. I didn't really know where I was going, right? And now I get it because I'm pretty healed. So, as you feel those types of things, and as you talk to your guides, as you do guided meditations, again, guided meditations are for, mostly, guided meditations are for your third dimensional emotions, your third dimensional energy, okay? Because they're trying to get you to let that go. They're trying to get you to understand that the only way that you are going to easily move into higher dimensional energy, which is 4 and 5D and higher, you have to let that stuff go, okay? How I've always realized that it was done was when I could listen to a song from my teenage years or my 20s that was an emotional song tied to a person. And I didn't cry anymore. Hey, Audrey, I didn't cry anymore, right? I felt okay. My heart didn't change. I didn't get all emotional. No, good. That's how I judged it. Hey, Haley, what's up? That's how I judged it, right? Because my life has been music, and everything in my life has been tied to music. So that's mine. What's yours? What's yours, right? How do you know that you don't need to cry anymore? How do you realize and go, wow, I didn't cry to that song anymore, or I didn't cry to that movie anymore? Like, again, Eat, Pray, Love. It was one of my favorite movies ever, and I got emotional every time that I watched it. Now I can watch it and go, I'm not emotional anymore. Because when he says to her, you need a champion, that got me every time. Every time. See? So there's little things in movies, in TV shows, in music. I even get emotional during opera because I can feel the emotion that's being sung. You know? And that's just because of the music hitting my soul, right? And all of us have those things. And the best thing that you can do is to try to understand what yours are. What are your connections? What are your connections to what? What type of music gets to you? What does it remind you of? And make a list. Make a list of those things, right? Unless you can keep it in your mind. And it depends upon how closely you relate to that song, to that movie, to that TV show, right? Right? And as those memories come up, they're able to take them from you. Again, we're going through this process of transformation, right? Vivid dreams. Dreams that, I've had dreams that I don't even know what the hell they were about, but they were there, okay? I don't even remember them. I remember them when I would wake up in the middle of the night from the dream. So understand that this whole package is being delivered to you. And the best thing that you can do to take yourself away from what's the circus that's going on, the absolutely catastrophe that is going on in our country, is to do those things, to connect to them and let them go. To connect to them and relive them for this amount of time and then let them go, right? Again, what's your thing? Hang on. Because everybody has their thing, Spirit says, but you may not know what yours is. Because you haven't really looked. Hey, Pat, what's up? Hang on, guys. There's somebody else doing this. Just person's from up here, and it's the authority. I haven't talked about the authority in forever. I think it's because I'm back in this position here. Spirit told me not to move the table today, so I guess we're going to do that. Okay, so the authority, we don't know who those people are, I don't think, or what that energy is, because my ears are really ringing. It's kind of like Megatron from Transformers with that voice, okay? They all need to understand that this time in their lives, with what's going on, the transformation that as the structure is falling down and it's going to be rebuilt, that they need to take ownership. They need to take ownership of what they're supposed to know and how they're going to use it to their advantage. They have to understand the synchronicities. They have to understand all that surrounds them. Everything that they know from this lifetime and others is being removed. It's being replaced with fourth and fifth dimensional and higher energy. all the things, Bill, that you have explained to them so far are all the things, are the things they should have already paid attention to understand their emotions, to understand their connection, to understand, because if they don't understand the connection to this lifetime and past, their struggle to higher dimension where they're supposed to be is going to be a tougher problem. You are the steward of your ship. You are the steward of your ship. And if there's no steward to your ship because you are involved in everyday things, your ship is like the Titanic and could possibly sink. Your guides will save you, but at a cost. He says, it's a man's voice. Okay. This is something that I don't get, but superstars are leaving your planet for a reason. I mean, Dolly Parton and Tim, the guy from that movie from Rocky Horror. But he says superstars are leaving your planet for a reason, because it's time. Unfortunately, you cannot leave. You have to go through and understand your future and what your future entitles you to, but also what your responsibility is to that future. As your children, as your friends, as your family is questioning not only the energy, it's exhausting right now. Not only the energy, but the circumstances. It's like they're, yes, okay. He says, talk. Tibet and the absolute disaster that happened yesterday. Tim Curry, thank you, Sherry. Again, they're saying 15,000 people so far they've found dead within the mud and everything, right? Maybe I'm sure that you've seen the videos, right? It is absolutely devastating. They're talking about that. Remember back years ago when they had the tremors and the tremors in Turkey, the earthquakes in Turkey, when all the buildings just smashed in the middle of the night, smashed everybody. Okay, and Spirit was like, this is because I think like 6,000 people died or whatever it was. That this was an example of how people are going to leave the planet. Okay, again, as you go through this time, a day before the lunar eclipse, that happens. The avalanche of water and of rock, and because I believe they said that the glacier part of the glacier broke off because of global warming. And they had no time. It just rushed down. 15,000 people so far. You know that's going to go probably double. Okay? Because they had no warning. And it also, again, Tibet and China and one more country too, if I'm right. Massive disaster. So people are leaving the planet as we speak. But when you have two stars, big stars, die on the same day, and then you have this horrible tragedy happen where thousands of people have died, just like Turkey. That's going to continue to happen, only at a rapid pace, they say. Okay? None of you have to worry about things like that. Have to worry about things like that because you're protected. but only as protected as you believe, Spirit says. Only as protected as you believe. Do you believe that they've got you, or do you not? Do you believe that your future is blessed or not? Do you believe? Do you believe? Because if you don't believe, they'll make you believe. By surviving something. By getting something physically. That is something that makes you go, wow, I never thought I'd get this. Really? Why? Why not? Why wouldn't you think you're going to get it? Right? Right? Because as the world crumbles, we're blessed and we ascend. We ascend. As we ascend, our aura and our light gets lighter, brighter. People around that are scurrying around like rats or cockroaches when the lights come on don't know what, again, they're in WTF, right? So as your light and you ascend, that's when they're going to ask you certain types of questions. And those of us that are open to that, you will be too. Because you've been downloaded with everything that you actually need for the next 6 months to a year. Okay? So, all of it understanding that this time right now is crucial to you believing. It's the one way that you can keep your senses. And you can shut ego down. Because if you don't do that, it's going to ramp up. And I'm telling you, so many people have contacted me in the last week, 2 weeks, with all kinds of bodily things that are going on. Rashes, acne, psoriasis, all kinds of skin issues, big time, right? Because our organs are releasing all the toxins from the last 12,000 years or more that we brought into this lifetime. Drink your freaking water. Don't be drinking tap water, because that stuff is poison. It's dead. You need spring water or hydrogenated water. There's other types. I drink spring water, and I'm going to jump on this bandwagon again, okay? Because water is important. Don't buy drinking water at the store. Buy spring water, or whatever you can get in like 24s or 36s, right? It's super important. You need the fauna and all the chemicals, all the minerals that are in the spring water to nurture your body as you go through this purge. As you drink that water and you pee it out, you're hydrated, number one. Number two, you're not going to get sick. Number three, you're not going to get sick. You're going to feel a whole lot better. Your skin's going to be better. You're going to be in a better mood just because you're clearing out all the stuff that is wanting to seep out, but flush it out. For the first time in your lives, Spirit says, listen to them in how to keep yourself in balance. Water. It's water. As long as you keep the water flowing, as long as you keep, hey Taz, as long as you keep eating real food, okay? Watch your intake on chemical stuff, like everything. I mean, pretty much everything. Watch what you eat when it comes to vegetables and fruits and things like that, because they're coated and they're just completely full of, strawberries, for instance. Worse than you can eat. They are absolutely covered in 3 different types of chemicals for them to stay fresher longer. They've all been GMO'd and everything else. Okay, so our food is kind of gross. I got that message months ago when I got really into my digestion problems and things like that. And now I eat whole foods. I have to, because as I'm purging this stuff out, I don't want to replace it with more of whatever, right? Pay attention to that if you can, right? Again, Money's an object. Money is an object. And if you don't have the money to take care of what you need to take care of, you eat what you need to eat. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Right? I mean, I'm on a fixed income, and my business is down about 50%, just because of everything that's going on and my transformation, right? So what we have to do is white rice, beans. Get those things and buy them in bulk. You can buy them at Meijer, you can buy them at Costco, you can buy them, I guess, everywhere. And put them in, if you can, put them in storage containers that have to keep them from getting wet. That's what you got to do. See? Because we all know what happened in Gary, Indiana, right? You guys know about that? That they didn't have electricity for 10 days? 10 days with no electricity. Okay? And the state did not come to help because they're black. So white red state, with this little city at the very northwest Indiana, right? That's 75% African American. Red state. So they sat there with no help at all from anybody, even FEMA, till finally the churches jumped in and took care of them. At least got them food and cleaning supplies and buckets. How are you going to use the bathroom if the pump doesn't work with the city water? Yes, Angel, yes. Right? Think about that for now. What if that's us? What if that comes to us across the country? Because they shut the power grid down in protest, or they do something else to us to get us to align with what they want us to do, which is to be nothing but toads. Nothing but followers. That's the ascension. As we rise up, as we ascend, right? As our light is really bright, because it's coming. September is going to be a month that's going to be crucial for us to make sure that you've got your food, make sure that you've got your water, make sure that you're okay, right? Make sure that you got. If you can get if you can get a generator. I know my friend Chris. She got one that powers the refrigerator and other appliances. I think she said it on last week's show, and I believe you can get it at Costco and someplace else. She said, I know, and she had a name for it because I had lunch with her the other day, and she had a name for it, but I don't remember what it was called. But that's something too. You don't have to do a big generator to put behind your house. Again, who can afford that? Some people can, God bless you. Most people cannot. See? Especially now, because unemployment is crazy. Food prices are crazy. So it is our alertness, us being aware, that we have to make sure that we've got our stuff stocked. Just in case, right? Because they're getting desperate. If you haven't seen that, they're getting desperate. And I don't watch the news or anything. I just YouTube and Reels and stuff like that, right? But I got them, right? Trust me, they're on point. They're on point. And you can say that to them too. Spirit, WTF, I don't get it. I need you to help me with this. I need you to help me understand. And you'll have a dream. Trust me, lots of people are having lucid dreams and cool, crazy dreams about stuff that's happening now. And they're looking out of their own eyes and seeing themselves in the dream. Fascinating. They're also spiritual jumping, astral planing or something like that. Yeah, I had a couple people talking to me about that. All of this is going on now because they're not rushing us. It's our soul journey. It's our contract, right? Again, the contract's the contract, and there ain't no deviation from the contract. It is what it is. You're going to go through it no matter what. So, hey, Diane, I would rather you guys embrace that and understand that they're there to save your butt. They're there to take care of you. They're there to protect you. They're there to bring you what you need. Need in this time of trauma, this time of WTF. And then you can throw you can throw a couple of wants in there too, Spirit says, because you deserve the wants, and that's something too. Do you believe that you deserve what you want? I've had people say this week, no, I don't look at it like that. See, you gotta get to that point of I deserve everything that I want. Why? Daisy, what's up? Why? Because you want to go outside? I'll take you with me. Because here, Daisy. Because if you don't think you deserve, it's going to take longer for you to get it. So get to the point where you deserve. Okay? Because that's what matters. And also, it's a self-esteem thing. Hey, Rhonda, how's it going? It's a self-esteem thing. It is believing that you deserve everything that you want in the world. And if you don't want, you got to start wanting. You got to start wanting. Because they'll bring you what you want. Not what you need. Lots of what you need. That's normal. But what do you want? That's the point. See? And the more that you talk to them, the more they get it. Now, you can't plead with them. You can't do all types of things like that. I've tried and it doesn't work. But understanding that we can't get upset when they don't follow the plan that we have in our head. That we made up, our ego made up, right? Very, very, very important. Very important. See? That the plan in our head, we don't know. It's divine timing. And I hate that phrase, but it's the freaking truth. But I hate it. Come on, I don't get it. I don't understand. How come we can't be on the same page with this? Can we get it going, please? Allison put sticky notes up to remind her to talk to them. There you go. There you go. It's important. It's important because all the things rolling around in your head, rolling around in your heart, rolling around in your energy, in your aura, where's it going if you don't release it? By talking. By talking. You know, and it doesn't have to be proper. They need to be your best friends. You can swear, you can say, what the fuck, I don't get it, where you been at, come on, help me out, anything. That's what it's all about. The more that you speak it, the more that you get. And that's just not even get physical things. It is, you feel different inside. You feel more balanced. You feel more happiness. Hey, Rusty, it's 333, yep. Good job. And that's important, right? Again, if you wake up in the morning, I've been in a funky mood. I'm in a funky mood every morning. I'm not a happy camper in the morning at all. I never have been. Even when I was young, it didn't work for me. Because the night was always too short. Capricorn loves sleep. We love sleep. So understanding that you have to talk yourself into starting the day. You got to talk yourself into what you need to do. You got to talk yourself into by saying, again, Daisy, I have to be really, really sweet with Daisy in the morning because she's delicate in the morning, okay? And so I give her this big, huge kiss, and I rub her and, give her all snuggles and all that kind of stuff. She jumps off the couch if she doesn't wake me up first, right? And she's like, oh, okay, good. I'm going to roll around the carpet. Daddy's awake. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Again, I have to be good for her because our animals know our energy. I can tell. At 9 o'clock at night, if I'm doing a walk, Daddy is not happy, especially if it's snowing, right? I mean, no. But I know she's busy. I know she's got to go potty, right? So we have to do those things for ourselves. We have to make our day better than it is. We have to, if things are flying at us because it's a Mercury retrograde, or you're just in a bad space going through this transformation that your body's going WTF at, it's about calming yourself down. Bill, what are you doing? Bill, stop. Bill, stop. Talk to yourself in third person. It works. I'm telling you, it works. It works. Spirit, you got something happens that is whatever that you think is bad, and you got time to do a meditation. Okay, Spirit, I'm going to go on YouTube. You got to bring me meditation because you know what? You put me in this spot because I did to get you through that transformation, right? It's important. 9 times out of 10, if you're a YouTube user, they will bring you more than one meditation from Steve Noble, again, there's all kinds, right? Again, they will do that for you if you expect it. Why? Because you deserve it. Being deserving and standing in that and having that I deserve it is a good self-image because it puts out to the universe that I deserve all the good things that I've got. My house, my car, my money, my kids, my dog, and not struggling anymore. Because we will be the ones who are not struggling in the future. Because they're going to keep us where we need to be. That's what's so important. This changes everything. The mindset that you have every day is the mindset that's going to change your life. And it can be difficult. Like I said to somebody today, I'm a half glass full and a half empty. Depends upon the day of the week. It's half empty or it's halfway full. Okay, yeah, whatever that. Okay, yeah. Well, today my freaking glass is only half full. Well, Bill, change that shit. The only one that can change it is you. And that's what it's all about. So as these astrological things happen, because they're going to be absolutely life-changing in the next 6 months. Not promising it, depends upon you. I'd rather have you coast through it than not. It's very important that you pay attention. It's very important that you are doing your daily practices of talking out loud, of doing your tapping. If you get into a place where your heart's like, ugh, I want to punch somebody in the face, okay? Or you feel put upon, you feel less than, you feel because somebody either said something to you, or because they treated you wrong, or they said something wrong to you because you took it the wrong way, if they were trying to kid around or whatever. Again, you have to be vocal enough to go to that person and not swallow it. Don't swallow it. That's just a problem for the future. You have to have a conversation with them about eventually. Right then and there, probably not the best time. But, it's important. Because holding them accountable for their energy to you holds you accountable to the energy for yourself, Spirit says, which is true. Which is true. See? Because if you're not accountable for your energy, meaning, and that's all that is being conscious of it, right? Getting out of your head, coming back to real life, and going, okay, today my energy sucks because I'm not paying attention to what I'm saying, or I'm too much in my head. That's a huge problem, too much in my head. And all you do is swirl that stuff around your head, and ego's got tips on every single thing that you've got in your head. And it's going to sabotage you again and again and again. So important to listen to what you're saying. Listen to how you're saying it out loud. Do not think in your head. That's how it is. Because as we go forward into 27 and 28, and you've seen things we've never seen before, because we're going to see lots more. We have to be conscious of that. Okay? And understand that we can't control it. Can't control it. They control it. They control it. They control it. We don't. We're here to witness it, Spirit says, and digest it. Digest it. You know, I can't control it, so I need to remove it from my mind. It's not mine to change. It's them. They know the trajectory. They know the time frame. They know the time limit. We do not. We're just roaches when the light comes on, scurrying for safety. And again, understanding and truly believing that they've got your back. They've got you. They've got you, right? You do what you can do to take care of yourself and your family. And try not to worry about how come. Try not to worry about having enough, okay? Trust me. There's plenty of people out there that have plenty. And when something happens, you're going to see the neighborly stuff happen to all of us, okay? And we have to believe that because of who we are. Because of who we are, right? I mean, and we have between friends, between neighbors, between cities, between states. So wherever you're at, in the country, or in the world, in America, this is how we've always done it. American people are still the American people. Red or blue. Just don't talk about the red or blue. Because again, we're still going to take care of each other. Trust me, it's going to happen. I'm in Michigan, so I'm blessed with a blue state that happened to vote red last time, thanks to Elon Musk. Yeah, so that's a story for another day. So all of this combined with the lunar eclipse is going to get you on a trajectory, Spirit says, of amazing and astounding information, talents, things that you never thought you'd be able to do. But the harder you try, the less you get. You have to do it naturally. You have to be. You have to be. You have to. Just be. Because the more that you try to hear them, the more that you try to attract, the more that you try to do anything that has to do with survival and what you want in 3D is going to stop you from receiving all your abundance, all of your knowledge in the way of being clicked on, right? Understanding that that's what it's all about, is just surrendering and being okay with what's going on. Yeah. And not being afraid. Not being afraid. And there's going to be lots of people. I'll be one of them. You know, I'm alone. I'm by myself. And things can happen. Am I taken care of? Of course I am. Not worried about anything. It just crosses my mind every now and again when I'm walking my dog or whatever, right? Yeah. See? So understanding all the moving parts of what's happening now is super, super, super important. Super important. Okay? And that's why I'm doing 60-minute readings for $100. So you guys can ask me questions, get your knowledge, get connected, talk to somebody who's passed away, whatever. But through Labor Day, it's going to be through Labor Day Tuesday, which is, I believe, the 8th. 60-minute readings are $100. And it's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Okay? And so, billhobart.com for that. Because that's why I'm doing it. And I think half an hour is $65. Yeah. But if you want to know, that's the way to know. The way to know exactly what's coming for you. And understanding what you have to do to fulfill that place in your soul journey. Super important, super important, super important. Okay? So, We've got 15 minutes. I'll do question and answer if you like. If you guys want to do that, put your question down in the feed, and I'll answer them for you. Because there's nothing else in my brain right now. So instead of me just signing off, if you want to, we'll see. If not, I can wrap it up. Yeah, dog's outside, so we got to go for a walk in a little bit. Yep. But next week I'm pretty open, and Saturday I'm pretty open. Friday I'm booked all day. Tiana got the last reading on Friday at 3:30, yeah, pretty. Next week is good if you guys are into it. So don't think there's any questions. No, don't think so. Okay. Oh, there we go. Allison's getting ready to drive home. All right, we'll talk to you later, Al. Yeah. So, okay, Sherry. Astrologers have talked about leadership types and changes to their last month's astrology related to Leo. Pam Gregory said, Pam, last month's astrology related to, Pam Gregory said these changes would be related to cultural figures, artists, because something was in Cancer. Are you sensing any other segments of leadership that may be affected? I don't know the planet that is in Cancer. Let me ask. What planets are in Cancer right now?
Mars is currently the only planet in the sign of Cancer.
There we go. Okay, so that makes sense. Mars is the warrior planet. It is the planet of destruction. Not as bad as Uranus, but it is authoritative, taking the lead. You'll see people who have never been leaders before step into leadership roles. Okay, it's important to understand that this is part of the military takeover, the military coup that is going to happen sometime this year, of the removal of all the people in the government that are in leadership roles and replacing them eventually with others. But a complete shutdown of departments, possibly. Does that make sense? It might have been, okay, so Sherry, it might have been Chiron. I don't know where Chiron's at, but Spirit just said, he just said Chiron. So I don't know anything more than that, okay? Lacey, that's up to you, honey. Saturday I'm open except for, I think I have one at 1:30, something like that. Angel Pam Gregory said famous people are going to leave because they didn't live in integrity. No, that's not true. That's not true. There's people that are leaving because because they're getting the hell out of here because they know what's coming, and that's people who didn't live with integrity. I mean, but not famous people. Yeah, not famous people. Why are we buying the bees from Argentina? And we're not shipping beef to Canada, Rusty. And if we're buying bees from Argentina, we're buying beef from I believe we're eating beef from Argentina. I think it is ground beef, but I would never eat. I would never buy that ground beef. I would never. There's no way I would do it because it's filled with all kinds of stuff. We don't know what it is. That it hasn't been inspected. So I would not eat any. I would not eat any meat or anything. It's not in a can that came from someplace else. Yeah. Canada's not getting done for the United States. I mean, the way that he is, he went. And I'm just going to say this because I just gave it to me again. And I've been shutting my mouth about it. He's going to try to take over Canada. Just going to say, as a 51st state. Just telling you. It's not going to happen, but that's his plan. Let me get my freaking dog because she's driving me nuts. Come on. She gets it in her head. She's a freaking Leo, that's for sure. Gets it in her head. She wants to come inside. She's not going to. She goes scratch the hell out of the door. Anyway, but that's something that I've been told a lot, and I heard it again just then. So it's like, yeah, that's in their freaking plan. Keep my job through the change. I'm Well, Dorothy, when it gets bad, the answer is no. I mean, you might do some things from home, but it's gonna be like COVID. Gonna be like COVID. Only worse. So stash some money. Stash some money. The only good thing about if anything ends that we would use today is that a lot of your bills you won't have to pay because no one's gonna have any money. And I doubt if they're going to help anybody because they're not about helping anybody. They want the country to fall. They want it to fail. They want everybody to be broke and sick and where they're nothing but sheeple. And they think they can do that for 335 million people. They're mistaken because there's going to be a large faction of us that are going to march on Washington and in the country. We just need 50 million people to stand up. And that's going to happen. I'm telling you, that's going to happen probably before winter. Probably before winter. Okay? But it's going to be tough, Dorothy, because no one's going to have any money to buy anything because they won't really have a job. Yeah. I'm Sherry. It makes sense. I'm trying to remember what she said. I'll look into it too. Yeah, I'll look into it too. I know, but they were. So Rusty's saying, I know, but weren't they shipping to Canada before the, well, of course. Yeah. Before the tariffs, the trade between Canada and the United States was robust. I mean, $2 billion a day goes over bridges to Canada every day. Back and forth, 2 billion. Crazy. Yeah. Okay, so Taz, PM of Canada just announced that he is shutting off electricity. Okay, okay. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that it was a threat to do that, like it was before, because there are people in Maine, and I believe half of Maine gets their electricity from Canada, because America did not take electricity up into Maine. Think about that. They actually get their electricity from some other country, which is bizarre to me. Yeah, that's America. Well, they used to, Rusty, but now that the herds are so small because of them, they're probably going to stop. Angel, will the grid be down during the winter? Well, our grid won't be, because in the Northeast, because we have Northeast and Michigan, I should say, because we have those nuclear power plants. Yeah. So Kathy says Canada wants to shut it off to the red states. Rusty, we are consuming the beef. But now beef is so scarce because of the drought in the West, and they have not bolstered the herd of beef because they can't afford to feed them, and the uncertainty from the government of what price can they sell it at, because price controls are coming, and it's not going to be pretty. Hopefully it'll be all wrapped up and they'll be gone by then. But they keep telling me It's going to get bad. It's going to get bad. Yeah. Okay. So, anyone else? I don't think so. Organic beef is perfect. Oh yeah, organic beef is perfect. I wouldn't buy it from another country if it has another label on it. If it's not American beef, I would not eat it. I would not do any of that. You know, yeah. Because it may even be better than America if it was someplace in Europe. But I don't trust South America and things like that. Yeah, they don't have the regulations that we've got. Okay. So what Lisa's saying is they can sell it to Canada at a higher price and buy the cheap from Argentina or somewhere else that allegedly agreed to sell it to the U.S. at a 25% reduction for 90 days to align the timing of the midterms. That makes sense. Yeah. They're going to pull out every freaking stop. Trust me, they're going to do. And they're going to, again, and you guys already know, I've already told you this, I'm sure he's going to try to take over the election in November. Yeah. Okay? And be ready for it, because that's when it's going to get really, really bad. If it's not taken care of before where they're taken care of, you know. But that is their plan. Their plan is to not have any mail-in voting. And they want the voter rolls still, and they want everything to say there's corruption when there's not, so that they can claim that the midterms were fraudulent, and not swear in the new people to the House or the Senate, so they can actually keep power. I don't believe that's going to happen. If it does, it's going to be, yeah. But also, I keep getting that the Democrats are in on this. The corrupt Democrats are in on this. So they want to keep power too. They don't like the Abduls and the Mandanis and anybody. The lady who just won in Florida, right? I believe she's going to win because of what she's saying. And people are tired. People are tired of not having, especially when it comes to basic stuff. So I think they understand that. I think they understand that too. So Dorothy, what flat cameras, other cameras like that? What flat cameras? I don't know what that means, Dorothy. Flat cameras are BS. They need to take all those things down. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so Rusty, do you think the people taking to the streets, if they try that? Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Totally. And Rusty's like, I would buy, if you can buy a cow from your local farmer, I would do that with you and your kids. I would definitely do that. Yeah. I mean, I don't eat beef anymore, but I can't even think about it. But yeah, do that if you can. At least you'll have food. Again, if you have that, then you got to get a generator to make sure that your freezer doesn't spoil all the meat. Just think about that. Just talk about voting polls. Kathy, I think early ballots will still come, but you're going to have to. But I don't think they're going to get mailed to you. You're going to have to go and pick them up. They're going to make it as hard as they can for us to vote, plain and simple. Okay. I mean, we're in Michigan, so we're blessed that there'll be state police and things like that, because they've already entrusted 1,000 people from the administration to be poll watchers. Well, poll watchers are probably ICE to intimidate, to intimidate black people, to intimidate brown people, to intimidate. Again, that's what they're focused on. You know, they're into that, and it's going to affect the election, because I know the good old boy way people are going to always go to the polls. They'll stand in line for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But we will too. Yeah, we will too. See, so we just have to realize that. that what's your commitment? There's more of us than there is of them. And with what they did to the ship in the Strait of Hormuz, being over there with no food, no running toilets, I mean, sailors wanting to jump off the ship to kill themselves, is absolutely horrendous. And the military's not going to be their friend. Not going to be their friend. Eventually, yeah. Okay, so someone went around Jackson and spray painted on the poles with flat cameras. Good for them. Jackson's got flat cameras too, huh? It's crazy. Crazy. Because anybody can get into that. That's a cop. Way too much information. Too much surveillance. Too much surveillance. Yeah. Yeah. I love Lisa, my friend, because she just said, Angel's question was bypassed. She's like the administrator. It's so lovely. Because, yeah, we were talking this week, and it was just like, yeah, I've known her since we were in junior high school together. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, so since Lisa said that, let me find Angel's question in here. Let me go all the way back, because you know, okay, let me see where she's at. Lacey, I would say now would be a good time if you can get one. Okay. Where is Angel at? I don't know. Lisa, are you saying will the grid be down during the winter? I answer that, if that's the one that you're talking about. That's the last comment that I have from Angel. Or question. Yeah. 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 So, okay, it's 4:02. Time to go. So, Lacey, you got that, right? I would do it now if you can. If you want to wait, but you don't know about the Federal Reserve and stuff like that, if everything's going to fall apart, because we don't really know yet, right? I would do it now. I would do it now. If you got everything set up, yes. Yes. Thanks, Angel. He addressed them, but quickly. Bill doesn't really slow down much. Yeah. Yes. So, all right, guys. Again, readings are on sale through the 8th of September. $100 for 60 minutes, $65 for 30 minutes. Pick one of those bad boys up. Hey, Kim. All right, Tiana, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. And I'm going to put this on YouTube. If you guys please have a YouTube channel, go over there and like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And leave a comment, 8 digits long, whatever, blah, 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 blah. It helps the algorithms or something like that. So, yeah. So, as long as I'm doing this, we might as well promote it, right? I think so. So, so Lisa says, so what is your answer to Angel since I missed it? Not here, because we have the nuclear power plants. Yes, the Northeast, and Michigan and things like that. We should be go again. Never mind. I will watch this again on YouTube. Okay. All right, guys. So run over there if you can and like it, subscribe. Please leave a comment because it helps so much in the algorithms. And like I said, if we're going to do this, we may as well promote it, right? So I'll see you next Thursday, Coaching for the Soul, Thursday at 3. If you have questions, you know where to find me, right? You can Facebook message me. You can call. You can text my cell phone. You can call my cell phone. You can leave. You can email me. Everything's on the website. Okay. So enjoy the lunar eclipse. Understand you probably may not get no sleep tonight because you're going to be all jittery because that lunar eclipse is massive. 96% is going to be behind it. Angel, the Dolly question. I told you no. They may say that, but not anybody who's rich and famous. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you next Thursday. See ya.